Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Todd VanFleet, and this is a channel called Design, Shoot, Build. It's all about creativity. We get into using cameras, how a design affects a project, and then how to bring them to life by building stuff. And today, this video kind of showcases everything we want to talk about in this channel. This is pretty awesome. Huge concept, huge photography, huge video, huge construction, huge build. Check this out. Today we're going to talk about a crazy project that we pulled off in 36 hours. I think I've told you before on this channel that I used to be on the creative department at a big church out here in Colorado. And if you're watching this and you work at a church, you're going to relate to this because you know when your pastor gets a pretty cool, crazy idea and you need to pull it off by the weekend. So he had this idea. He wanted to give his talk like he was sitting in a room at home, because this is something that we filmed back during the pandemic, and you know, nobody was meeting in person and all the teaching was happening over video. Let me just tell you that actually this turned out to be one of the coolest things that I've ever worked on. We did a ton of projects actually during the pandemic that I'm super proud of, because we were forced to get extra creative and just really use all the resources at our fingertips to make something compelling, make something super cool. We basically had no rules. We could do whatever we wanted. It was like the Wild West of making stuff. It was awesome. So anyways, the pastor had this idea. So he was sitting in a room like we all were back at that time, sitting at home, and he wanted to be giving the talk. But as he was talking throughout the video, he was like, hey, is there any way we could make the walls move in slowly towards me while I'm talking? And I'm sitting here going, yeah, sure, we can do that. And in like 2-3 days, you bet, no problem. And as he was talking and explaining the whole concept of his talk, I just thought, holy cow, he's hitting home with this. Like, we got to figure out a way to make it happen. We just got to bring this to life. We got to do it. Then the kicker was, at the end of the talk, there's a part in it where he wants all the walls to fall down and to reveal that he's out in the wild in the middle of a field. And I'm just like, what? How the heck? How the logistics are we gonna do that? How are we gonna pull this off? So I was good about it. I was like, well, hang on, let me think about it and see if we can pull this off. And we thought we had about a week and a half to do it. Then I looked at the weather forecast. It was supposed to snow in like 3 days. Like, not just a little snow, we're talking Colorado, like dumping blizzard snow for like 3 days. So we found out about this project on a Thursday morning. And once we looked at the weather forecast, realized that we had to get it shot by that Saturday afternoon, which gave us about 2 days, 2.5 days-ish to pull this off. So Thursday goes by and I was just prepping, brainstorming, doing sketches, going to Home Depot, loading up on supplies and stuff to build this. I started building the frame that evening, and then the next day we got some volunteers. I had to get some help to come in here and do this, and we framed up the house, the room, the set, and then put the finishing touches on it Saturday morning, and then spent the rest of the day Saturday shooting. The cool thing about this is we got to use all the filmmaking tools. Well, not all of them. We were not Hollywood or anything, but we had this thing called a camera goat, which is like a giant camera slider. And so we could get some really cool punch-in shots, giving like a parallax effect as the walls were coming in and the camera was moving in. Pretty awesome. We shot it all on 3 Canon C200s, a myriad of different lenses to get different depth of field, different looks and feels. Yeah, all the audio, boom mic, wireless mic, you get the idea. We even show you how we lit it to look like a natural room light. So 36 hours to concept, build, and film a video set where the walls move in and then collapse at the end of the video. Let's just get into this and show you how we did it and how we pulled it off. Oh, hey there. Just hanging out on the set. You've probably just watched Ben's talk and you've maybe thought that we were in a room when we first started shooting, but then realized this is a set we built. So here's the thing about this set. We concepted, built, and created this whole thing in about 36 hours because Ben had this awesome idea and we just came to and said, let's make it happen. So we're gonna give you a little behind the scenes tour of how we did all this. If I can get out. Why don't we make the walls move when I walk out? So the first thing we had to do was build a gazebo structure, which is 12 feet wide by 9.5 feet tall. Now the purpose of that was we needed to create a ceiling, or the illusion of a ceiling, so we could block the light.
Don't show OSHA what I'm doing.
So then the next thing we had to do is come up with this track and rail system. So each wall has 3 braces, 3 caster wheels underneath, and we built these tracks so that the wall will go straight and smooth. As you can see here, these are the cables that run under the wall that are hooked to each of the side walls, and someone will be pulling these back with audio cues of when to stop and start pulling. The other thing we had to do is create a room environment. So this is like a couple hours, quick trip to Target, everybody grabbing knickknacks and books from home. This is a fake barnwood paneling. We picked that because it was rigid, because you saw the scene where the walls fall down. If we'd used drywall, those would have snapped in half and broke. We wouldn't have been able to do a second take if needed. And then we've got brick paneling back here. Each of these is a 4x8 sheet mounted to walls that we framed out. We got a backlight. If you look up here, we've got how we lit them from the top, try to make it look like natural room lighting. That's it for now.
Hopefully we get the feeling of like depth of field with those walls moving past us as you're pulling back slowly.
I don't know what that was.
Crazy, chaotic void of old normal. Instead, I want to bring you into the wide open field of a new normal.
Go!
Of a new normal.
How awesome was that? We're gonna put a link at the bottom here so you can go watch that church service, that message, and see how it all played out, you know, for the full story effect. Really hope you get to check that out. Please do us a favor, if you like this video and you love how we do this, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. We'll see you next time.